Hey, how's it going, you guys? It's petplatypus here, and it's time to review Hunter x Hunter episode 86 and 87. This is episode 86. This was a pretty okay episode of Hunter x Hunter, nothing too super special, a lot of setup, so it's a setup episode. I gotta review it as a setup episode. Going to Killua, talk about how they're going to, save Kite or whatever, and they have the two little token things that he got from Netero, and, they have to beat the two assassins. They go to the board where they saw like the thing written there, and then they meet Palm. And Palm is, I don't know. I mean, Palm's not that impressive. Fairly generic character. Nothing really stands out. I'm kidding. She's a fucking freak. It's really funny how she's so casual and so straightforward, but at the same time, she's just so like. If you did one fucking thing she didn't like, it's like she could just fucking stab you in your fucking sleep or stab you right on the spot. Crazy hair, looking like the Grudge and shit. But it's an interesting and quirky character. The scene with the sugar was hilarious. So yeah. Going to Killua meet her, and she talks about how she's a student of the guy in the suit, and Knuckle and Shoot are the students, they're the assassins that they need to beat, and they're the students of the other guy who was a dick to Killua. Then we get the introduction of them. Not really Shoot so much, but we get Knuckle, and Knuckle's awesome. Knuckle is already fucking awesome. He's marching through the street, calling them out. It's just hilarious, and going to Killua, talking about how they're going to beat these guys and how they're going to go about it, and Killua's like, we need to rework our fundamentals and, build ourselves up like that, and also learn our opponent's weaknesses. And Gon's like, well, no, we shouldn't really learn our opponent's weaknesses because we're going to be fighting all kinds of ants. Basically what he's saying is, there's no point in studying our opponent because we're just going to have to go in there and fight ants that we don't even know what their powers are going to be. So he's right about that. There's no reason to learn how to beat Knuckle, because learning how to beat Knuckle or learning how to beat Shoot is not going to help you beat Neferpito or someone like that, because they'll have totally different abilities. So Gon has a point there. They go back to like this apartment or whatever, and Biscuit's back. Little Bisky is back, already beating the shit out of them and lecturing the shit out of them, and she has a new look, and that's whatever. She's still adorable and shit. But that's cool that she's back, and now we're kind of back into training mode with Biscuit. Palm's there. She's being weird still. Yeah, they're practicing their Nen, 3 hours. They have to stay, aura'd up and shit. Fucking, how am I, Biscuit? She's fucking looking at dude magazines, like male fucking porn magazines or some shit. I don't know. Fuck is Biscuit. I mean, it's kind of weird, like, there's only like one time where she was kind of like a pervert like that, and that was the Hisoka scene where he was naked, and now it's like a gag that she's like a pervert for fucking dudes, but whatever. So yeah, she's training them. Then we get the scene with Netero and the one asshole, I think his name's Morel, and the other dude is named Nov or Nov. They said we kind of see a little bit of their powers. Well, not Netero, but Netero sees Neferpito, and he's like, I can't beat that guy, or that girl, or whatever the fuck, I can't beat that thing. And I'm like, Netero, come on. And the other two guys, they think Netero's bullshit. They're like, oh, come on, dude, you're being too modest, or whatever, We'll see if Netero, if he can't beat Neferpito, I don't know what's going to stop the king when he finally comes out. Because if Netero can't do it, you'd need, I don't even know, because Netero says he's old, so the only people I can imagine doing it are, like, the top class Nen users that are not old yet, which would be like Jing and stuff like that, because Jing's like, I believe they said top 5, but I don't think Jing's going to be in this arc, so yeah. I think Netero might just be selling himself short, or maybe there's something he can do that can help him, we'll see how things go, but I think Netero could probably beat Neferpito if he set his mind to it. But yeah, we also see the other dude's power. Or did I already mention the powers? I was going into the powers, I started mentioning Netero. Because we do see the one dude, he can open up like this void, and he had like this big giant thing that I wasn't sure what it was. But that was cool, and then that's a giant pipe. And then he makes little bunny rabbits. Okay. And the little bunny rabbits go out and do like scouting. And then we get introduced to another of the Royal Guard. Don't even want to try to pronounce his name. He's a pretty boy guy, merged with a butterfly. He can read minds, pretty haxed. We get a little bit of stuff with Neferpito, and she's actually trying to bring Kite back to life. And yes, I'm saying bring back to life because originally I said that maybe he created like a Nen corpse during their fight, and he could have gotten away. But now that she has like a body and she's trying to like bring it back to life or whatever, I feel like she would be able to tell if this was a fake body at this point. Like, it's probably really his body. So yeah, we'll see where things go. Gon is going to be extremely sad and extremely angry. That's going to be awesome for his character development. But yeah, that's pretty much the entire episode. I think Knuckle's awesome. Palm's pretty funny. Biscuit's back. She's a fun character. Definitely a much more light-hearted episode overall than what we've been getting, but I think that's good. I hope this arc does. It has been so far, it's been striking a balance between the stuff you get in Greed Island and the stuff you get in York New, where York New was almost all the way through really dark and really, you know, like not extremely disturbing dark, but just darker in tone and a little more somber and everything. And Greed Island was much more upbeat and brighter. And I feel like Chimera Ant is like a mixture of those two. And I think that's what you should do. I don't think Chimera Ant should be 60-plus episodes of dark. That would get just not boring to watch, but it would just get exhausting to watch the same tone the entire time. So mixing the tone up is it's a very good idea overall. So yeah, I'm going to give this episode like a 7.5 out of 10. The average good episode of Hunter x Hunter. It's a good setup episode. So yeah, now I'll talk about 87. Okay, so 87. This is another pretty good episode. Everything just kind of continues along. The ants are continuing to kind of do their thing. Netero and his group are kind of continuing to do their thing. Going to Kilowar continue to do their thing. You know, everything's just kind of continuing in this episode. Nothing new or really big happened in this episode, but it was still fairly enjoyable. We get Going to Kilowar practicing with their Nen, and they decide to actually go out, and well, they don't decide to go out and actually fight Knuckle. Biscuit does, but we have Gon and Killua, and they can do it for 3 hours. They go out. Knuckle is just awesome still. He's such a, like, he's just saying all this shit and being so stupid, and Killua and Gon are just like, is this guy serious right now? Like, what the fuck? Like, who is this guy? Gon hits him with a rock because he asks him to. He's stupid and doesn't know where to defend himself, and he gets blown away and underestimated them. They go back. He wakes up in bed. He likes Gon. He likes Killua. They get on friendly terms, which is cool. He's like, come fight me anytime, but you're never going to beat me in 20 days or blah, blah, blah. We get Netero and his group. They're taking out Chimera Ants left and right. Netero's just waiting in this room. Like, the dude opens up his little portal thing, and the dude fucking thing falls in, and Netero just gets up like, ah. Alright, Ant, let's do this. Come on, let's go. Let's go. And then he just pretty much, we can assume he's just beating the shit out of all of them, killing them in the process. So they're on their extermination mode. The ants are kind of trying to plan against it. Neferpito's still worried about how to bring back Kite and shit, but they are asking her what to do, and they're kind of cool with her not being a total bitch, and they're gonna, you know, basically both parties are kind of reevaluating their strategies a little bit. You know, you've got the ants deciding how they're gonna fight back against this. You've got Netero's group thinking they have it all figured out, exactly what their plan's gonna be. We'll see where things go with that. We get adorable little fucking puppy dogs that just fucking blew my mind and melted my fucking heart, I guess. They were adorable, seriously. We get Gon and Killua trying to fight Knuckle again, and they're failing, and this time it's actually a straight-up fight, and they're getting their asses kicked. But this is only their second attempt at fighting him, and it's only their first attempt really trying to fight him in an all-out battle, so yeah. And then we have Shoot, who is Nobunaga with a different colored hair and no facial hair, and he is going to attack them, apparently, once they leave after their fight with Knuckle, which probably will not bode well for Gon and Killua, because they'll probably be exhausted afterwards. So yeah, good episode. Not, you know, anything mind-blowing or amazingly spectacular, but it just continued along with everything that was in the previous episode. No major progress in this one, because, you know, the last episode was a setup episode, but I'd still say it had a lot of progress because we were introduced to a bunch of characters and everything. This is just the next step, and it's not a huge step. But yeah, I'll give it like a 7 out of 10. It was a perfectly, you know, good episode. Nothing terribly bad, nothing terribly, you know, or nothing super great. I shouldn't say terribly great, that's kind of weird. Nothing super great, nothing terribly bad. 7 out of 10 for this episode of Hunter x Hunter. So thank you for watching this double review of Hunter x Hunter. Tell me what you guys thought of these episodes in the comments below, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.